Before I hand over to Sean, I just thought it was worth saying a little bit about the employee experience in 2022. As we know, it has been quite a challenging year. There's a lot going on. And I just wanted to sort of focus on 5 particular challenges for employees and for organisations this year. So the first of these is hybrid working. This has continued for many of us, and for many of us is now our standard way of working. But for some organisations and for some teams, it is continuing to cause challenges. There are some organisations that are still very keen to get employees back to the office full time, but we have seen that hybrid working has not led to any declines in productivity. Certainly for many employees, it's been quite liberating to be able to work flexibly and to work in a way that suits them. Although it has to be said that for others, it has led to increases in stress and burnout. For some people, they're now finding it hard to really separate their work and home life and feeling that they need to be always on. Earlier this year, there was a lot of talk about the Great Resignation, that employees were leaving their workforces in droves. They were feeling that there were opportunities elsewhere to have better conditions, better working conditions and more flexibility. So a lot of turmoil in the labour market. What we're now hearing more about is quiet quitting, where people are not necessarily leaving their employers, but are not giving 100%. Instead, they're prioritising their work-life balance. A more recent term I'm hearing is career cushioning, and with the changes in the economic environment, a lot of employees are actually thinking that this is the time that they should start to look externally, just in case things happen with their current organisation. So more people are updating their CVs and looking around, which is continuing this uncertainty within the labour market. And certainly we're seeing that skills shortages continue to be a problem for many organisations. Recent research by Hayes identified that 93% of employers were currently experiencing skill shortages, which is up from the last couple of years. And of course, we now have the cost of living crisis, which is putting a lot of pressure on us all, and it is leading to more people thinking about changing jobs as a result. So what we're seeing is a very uncertain time for employees and for organisations, and this does look set to continue. Interestingly, I've recently read a research piece from Harvard Business School, and they identified that CEOs around the world were really seeing talent recruitment and retention as the #1 challenge at the moment, more so than economic uncertainty and stability. So given all of this flux within the labour market, we thought it would be interesting to look at the external benchmarks that we have at People Insight. So when we work with clients, we can provide them with an average score from similar organisations. And what we've done is we've analysed the results from the surveys that we've done in 2021 and 2022 to see how our norms have changed over time. What we typically see is that there isn't much change. But over the last year, we have seen changes in a few areas. The good news first, human-centred leadership and colleague relationships have improved. This is really encouraging. People are more likely to feel that they can help and support each other at work, that their manager makes time to coach and develop them. And encouragingly, senior leaders are seen to be open and approachable. We know that engagement improved during COVID, and one of the reasons for this was that there was more of a focus on human-centred leadership and managers really trying to communicate more, to listen, to offer support to employees. And it's really great to see that that has continued. Less positively, we've seen declines in workload and work-life balance and perceptions of pay. So employees are less likely to feel that their workload is reasonable this year, or that they're able to strike the right balance between their work and home life. And this has been backed up by recent research from Gallup, who are saying that workers' daily stress levels have actually reached a historic high, and that this is a real issue for many organisations. And we're certainly seeing that with the organisations that we are speaking to at the moment. And then declines in pay, perhaps not surprising given the current environment. And I think these findings are at least partly responsible for the number of employees who are now saying that it's less likely that their opinions are sought on decisions that affect their work, or that senior leaders are listening to them. So what this is highlighting to us is the real need to not only run surveys, but to really listen to employee perceptions and to take action to ensure that we're keeping not just engagement, but also well-being high.